for right now. I probably will play some music later, but right now we is doing the video. We gonna watch some fun shit.
Security service.
The FSB, bro. Let's look up the ghosts. Why are the ghosts feared? Yeah, these niggas. What the fuck is that? Ghost is that real nigga? The fuck? Okay. No. Why you never mess with elite special forces? Because they do things that involve of breaking the rules. Like, why? Why would you not want to mess with someone? Because they're fucking insane. That's why, nigga.
Throughout the world, there are many national policing agencies designed to root out criminals, provide internal security, or uphold the will of the regime.
But if they're from Russia, they'll basically do all those things and kill you. Like, bro, Russia is just like a different place, bro. It's a different place, my nigga. Like, I don't understand, bro. Like, I just can't.
Few, however, have as long or complex history as Russia's Federal Security Service. Secret state policing is nothing new to Russia, having its origins as far back as the 16th century. With
these niggas been controlling that shit for that long.
Establishment of the Oprichniki under Ivan the Terrible in the late 19th
the Ivan the Terrible
and 20th centuries. The Okhranoy Odylinai was established to suppress any perceived agitators in the latter days of Tsarist rule. The current Federal Security Service can trace its lineage to the Bolshevik Revolution in the aftermath of the overthrow.
Shit, this look like the motherfucking the capital
of the Tsarist regime. In 1917, communist leader Vladimir Lenin established the Cheka, a secret policing force with the mandate to monitor and suppress counter-revolutionary activities, focusing on enemies of the state, such as clergy and former nobility.
What the fuck? Bro, Russia has some weird shit going on.
After the formation of the Soviet Union in 1922, the Cheka was replaced by the GPU, or State Political Administration, renamed to the OGPU, or Unified State Political Administration. A year later, though, agents of internal security were still often referred to as Chekists, a label that persists even today. Like its predecessors,
so basically these, like, I don't even understand what the fuck going on.
The OGPU was responsible for arresting enemies of the regime, as well as overseeing the collectivization of farms and overseeing the earliest of Soviet gulags, or forced labor camps. In order to keep dissidents in check, the OGPU had total control over internal security for the Soviet Union, which included placing an army of informants in Communist Party functions. The Red Army, factories, farms, and anywhere else enemies of the state could potentially be found. In 1934, as an attempt of Joseph Stalin to consolidate power, the OGPU was transformed yet again into the GUGB, or Main Administration of State Security, and integrated into the newly formed security app.
Alright, so it says it right here. Literally right here. We don't need to look at your bullshit. Alright. So basically they were called KGB in the 1950s.
Apparatus, the NKVD, the People's Commissariat for Internal Affairs. The GUGB, as part of the NKVD, played a pivotal role in the Great Purge, which saw the execution or imprisonment of hundreds of thousands of military personnel, party officials, and other supposed dissidents. In 1938, leadership of the NKVD would be taken over by the infamous Lavrentiy Beria. In 1941, the NKGB was formed, separating states.
Man, this is a whole bunch of shit. Y'all niggas are probably bored.
What you're seeing right now is a highly classified group taking over a dangerous criminal group. And trust us, that's just the beginning of the video. The next groups will shock you. And let's start with Delta Force. This is first
Oh yeah, Delta Force, GG's.
Special Forces operational.
Yeah, hey my nigga, an MW3, you call these niggas, bro, it was up, nigga. You call these niggas in survival, it was up, bro. Real niggas played survival, bro. Real niggas played survival. I know you niggas know what I'm talking about. If you played survival, you know what I'm talking about.
Detachment Delta, elite special forces that are
Elite.
involved in counterterrorism, high-risk operations, and daring rescue missions. But don't tell anyone we told you, because the USA will deny these guys even exist.
Literally.
What we do know is that since Delta Force was formed in 1977 by Colonel Charles Beckwith, the group has been involved in many dangerous top-secret missions. Taking down a Somalia militia leader? Easy. Rescuing an Army helicopter pilot? Easy.
I mean, it said easy.
What else? What about Saddam Hussein? The group helped capture him in December 2003. For those of you...
Nah, that's the craziest picture ever, bro. Nah, we probably have some fucked up pictures that we can never ever release to the world, bro.
You who thought it was in the past, these guys recently took down ISIS bad guy Abu in Syria. What do you think you need to be in Delta Force? Big muscle?
No, you need to literally be. I'm not gonna say it, bro.
Maybe the fierce look? No. First, you need to be in any armed service. Then you pass brutal physical and psychological tests, which consist of... Okay, no one knows what it consists of.
Well, yeah, because nigga, you wouldn't be in. You wouldn't
Because
be
everything
one.
is classified. But that's not the end. Then you're taught to pass brutal marksmanship and covert tradecraft, CIA tactics like dead drops, where you pass secret information to another agent without getting caught, and other espionage methods during a 6-month-long course. You may think that's the...
Jesus, man, I'm telling you, bro. Like, dude, it sounds cool, bro, but like, dude, once you out there doing that shit and really shooting guns, that shit crazy, nigga.
most badass special group in the world. That might be true until you hear about Russia's Alpha Group. Okay, they're terrifying. It's nothing you've heard or
No, they're not, bro. No Russian fucking... I'm sorry. No Russian military is even on the level of the United States, bro. We're literally seeing that right now.
seen before. What they've done is the most insane fantasy of a sick person. We just can't mention it. Alpha Group was created in 1974 in response to the Black September attacks at the 1972 Munich Olympics, and
These niggas probably got drugs in their system.
first gained notoriety for leading
That's how the reliant Russia is, bro. They need to literally drug their people.
the assault on the presidential palace in Kabul during Russia's invasion of
No offense to
Afghanistan
you
in
Russians, but come on,
1979.
bro.
But it is the group's involvement in a 1985 hostage crisis in Lebanon that earned Alpha Group the reputation of being a vicious but effective counter-terror unit. On September 20th, 1985, the Islamic Liberation Organization took hostage 4 Russian diplomats in Beirut. The terrorists warned Moscow would lose all 4 Soviet captives if their demands were not met. When the terrorists took out one of the diplomats, the time for talk was over.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, duh, nigga. As soon as you kill somebody, the negotiation's over, bro. We going in there and cleaning house.
And Alpha Group was sent into action. What really happened is not known, but many stories say that Alpha Group took hostages of their own, relatives of the terror group, and the rest of the details are too gory to tell you.
So basically, they killed eye for an eye. They killed their fucking family, and it
But
was it.
families of relatives received packages with, you know what was in the packages. Since then, Alpha Group has participated in several high-publicity missions taking down terrorists, insurgents, and kidnappers. As with other special forces around the world, Alpha Group participates in live-fire exercises and are known to shoot at each other,
The fuck, bro? This is really some Russian shit.
hoping their body armor holds, and shoot back and hit paper targets behind the guy that just shot at them. That said, Alpha Group shooting drills are considered one of the most dangerous in the world. Okay, the next group might not be as deadly as the previous one, but they're well known for their brutal training. The Caibiles are a special operations wing of the Armed Forces of Guatemala.
Oof.
Sweating and exhausted recruits jump blind from a 33-foot platform into
I
a
don't give a fuck, bro. I don't give a fuck. If a nigga is in Guatemala, you don't even really want to start nothing with that nigga, bro. Bro, they already different breed.
narrow river and march 12 miles through a grueling uphill course loaded with equipment. Okay, you might be thinking, what's the deal? Few years of training and you're okay with it. But do you know that you might be forced to eat dog and snake entrails? What about to be exposed to tear gas? We might offer something more polite. In a class of about 40
That ain't shit compared to the things you just listed, though.
candidates, only 7 or 8 make it to the end and become Caibiles. What about being part of Duvdevan? Duvdevan, also known as Unit 217, is the Israel Defensive Forces elite undercover counterterrorism unit. What these guys do is something straight out of some game. They're often disguised in Arab civilian clothes to infiltrate terror cells. It might sound creepy, but in fact, they're trained for it, and in 2017 alone, they conducted over 300 successful missions. And to cover that many missions in 365 days, you need to have a few squads operating independently. The training itself isn't easy, but it's nothing like eating dog entrails. It takes 18 months, and during this time you learn Krav Maga and counterterrorism. But that's not the end. After this, remaining candidates receive another month-long advanced inter-unit counterterrorism course. When the unit...
Man, we don't need to watch that shit. We don't need to watch that shit. It's a count. Sneeko plans to free Tate. What is Sneeko gonna do? Go in Romania? Putin has one option left.
He had an option not to invade.
What does this
Yet
idiot got left?
he did it. He had an option even to keep Crimea for 15 years. He did not accept it. It was never enough. He always
Now or
wanted
enough.
more. In the first couple of months, there were just so
Putin.
many options how
Putin.
this war could have ended. But as Ukraine started to get more confident
Ukraine.
and started liberating its city after city, all the favorable positions for Putin started to be off the table. He now has only one option left, but he will not accept it. What's up, investors? It's the Russian
Bro, is Putin really in a corner right now just getting poked?
dude. So,
Damn.
before we begin, please let me know in the comments what
5 years
you
ago, niggas
think
was
this
scared to
very
even
last
talk
option
about
for
Putin.
is. Is it to win this
Not
war
about
no
5 years
matter
ago, maybe
the
like
cost?
7.
Is it to pressure Ukraine into giving up Crimea and maybe even Donbass?
I mean, at this point, why would Ukraine even give up anything? They've already they're kind of like 3-0'd. They're 3-0ing these niggas, bro. Like, if this is like in NBA terms, bro, these niggas would be up like 3-1.
Or maybe is it even to intentionally isolate Russia from the rest of the world so that he can stay in power for as long as he wants? While these options might sound pretty reasonable for Putin, I personally think that the only final option that he still has left is to lose in this war. And subconsciously,
Damn, so is he saying like Putin either has to just lose the war, but he doesn't want, bro, if he loses the war, bro, you know how bad that's gonna look on the whole world? If the whole world hears that Russia just basically says we're seizing all this shit, we're stopping the war, bro, the whole world's gonna look at Russia like pussy. They're gonna be like, you guys are not top 5 in anything. You guys are just, well, obviously they're top 5 statistic wise, but like the world's gonna have an ego to where they're not gonna want to be with Russia, bro. Essentially, I see why he don't want to fucking stop, because it's like, damn, if I stop, niggas gonna look at me like a bitch.
he also knows this. That is why it is so hard for him to acknowledge this, and he's trying his best to find the exit from the room without doors. He just went too far. There is no going back from here, no excuses. He loses, he will be prosecuted, and he knows it. All the
Damn. That's what I'm saying. If he loses, he knows he's done. He knows he's fucked.
People around him know this as well, but at the same time, if they separate themselves from Putin right now too early, this will destroy them even sooner. Putin will punish them, and I guess you already know what I mean. So many people close to Putin they wanted to retire when this war started, but they simply couldn't do it.
That's fucked, bro. It's like, yo, you really are in a country where like you basically have to listen to this idiot who doesn't know like it's not that he doesn't know, it's just that you have to listen to this idiot who just like is full of himself, bro, and he just doesn't understand, bro, that like you're putting everybody in your bullshit. It's like you have everybody in your fucking little game.
As for example, Elvira Nabiulna, who is until now is the head of the Central Bank of Russia. She wanted to resign 1 month after the invasion began, but she was not allowed to quit. It was made sure she knows it, and now she just has to keep going with whatever she has left for as long as possible.
She was trying to do the dash. They said, nah, nigga, you stay here. Fuck you mean.
And pretty much delays the inevitable. And that is why such people are forced to say what they say right now in order to be on good terms with Putin for as long as he is in power. And even if it feels like that Putin is losing the influence, he is still powerful enough to reach the people he does not like. And Putin, obviously, he does not want to go down as well. This will be the end for him in all meanings of this word. There are two things in life he cherishes the most. It is the life itself and the power. And now I want you to think about something. When was the last time you saw Putin with his wife or kids? Does he even have them? Aren't politicians are supposed to be like family people? And if you're like, that's right, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. So yes, Putin divorced his wife in the middle of 2013, just like 6 months before the invasion into Crimea started. Kinda suspicious, right? There is almost no information available about his kids except just the basics, that there are 2 daughters in their mid-30s and neither of them took the last name of Putin. And there's even a little to nothing known about his personal life, is that probably just that he likes judo. All this secrecy is most likely so that his enemies cannot find his weak points where they can push, and that whenever questionable decisions are made, he is the one and only responsible for them and not his relatives. And to go even further, it is just generally easier to switch the blame from